Hello everybody, and welcome back to another one of my conservation short stories where I share some of my more fun tales working in the New Zealand conservation universe. So, for today I thought we'd just go to one of the most well-known species and one of my more fun tales, and I'd like to actually discuss the kakapo. Now, for anyone who does not know, the kakapo is a large flightless parrot. I think it's most famous for shagging Stephen Fry's head when he came to visit them. And they are adorably dumb. There's only like 150 of them left on the planet. And I'll be honest, they are really being propped up by humans. After working a summer with them, I can definitely say they are adorably dumb, and I don't think they would survive without us propping them up. But that's alright, because, they're lovable creatures. So I was trying to think of, a specific story, because I've got a million short little stories of my time on the Kakapo Islands. But I thought this story would actually be, I think, the most amusing in terms of, I think I got what I deserved. So the story begins with, I think it was my third day on the island, and the previous day, a ranger colleague who was more experienced took me out, showed me a bird, and basically said, every day we need to do a visual sighting on the birds to make sure, they're alright. Every day we need to just check in on them, and we have a rotating schedule. So he said, this is the bird you'll need to check tomorrow. He showed me roughly the area where it hangs out in. We grabbed it, had a look at it seemed happy and fine, carried on away. So I came back the next day, and I set out about, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, you know what? This is my only task on my list for today, is to find this bird. I'm going to find it, be back in time for morning tea, have morning tea, and maybe go for a swim or, go for a hike. It'd be a fun time. So, shot up into the bush like a rocket. I had my radio tracking set on my back, had, my pack, shot to the clearing where we knew the bird was, where I'd seen it yesterday, dumped my pack, grabbed the radio tracking set, turned it on, set it up, and I could hear the beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, oh, yep, brilliant. It's in the area. Awesome, Started looking around for it, because part of the goal is you have to have, physically see it for it to count in the log. So, beep, 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 beep. Alright, it's in the area. Just look around, keep an eye on the radio. Beep, 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 beep. Tracker still says it's here. Well, about 15 minutes later, I couldn't see the ruddy thing, and I'm thinking, okay, what the hell's the story here? To the left is a cliff, so it can't have gone over there, and to the right it's completely flat, so it's a completely flat, grassy, open area, a few small plants and ferns, but basically no cover. So, it has to be here, the bloody thing. And while it is a green bird and it's green, green ground cover, it's not invisible. These things are pretty easy to spot once you know what you're looking for. So, beep, beep, beep. Nope, can't find it. Alright, now I start pulling out the tricks. So, I've used these radio tracking sets many times before. So, I readjust the frequency wave, gives a more narrow pulse, more accurate, but you lose range. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, definitely in this area. Another 10 minutes, still can't see the bloody thing. So, I disengage the overdrive, or the override, disconnect the aerial, put it on short band pulse. Beep, 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 beep. Definitely in the area. Okay. Well, at this point, about an hour has passed, and I'm already realised that I'm going to be late for morning tea, and my morning of, slacking off is not going to be happening. Beep, 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 beep. Still nothing. So I'm fiddling with all these settings, readjusting, putting out, doing all the little tricks I knew to the bloody tracking kit to make sure it would work. Beep, 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 beep. Still in the area, but can't find the bloody thing. So I'm getting really exacerbated and frustrated because I don't want to go back and say I can't find it. And I'm not the type of person to go back and lie and say I saw it. So I walked back to where I dumped my pack when I came into the clearing, put the radio down on it, and just stand there and just go, oh, what am I going to do? And for the first time in an hour, I looked up. I dropped the radio, I dropped the tracking kit, and I just looked up. And there, sitting next to the track, looking incredibly bewildered, was the bloody kakapo. I looked into its eyes, it looked into mine, and it started wandering off. And I realized that the thing had been there the whole time. And because I was so obsessed with the tracking radio, I'd just never seen it. I'd never looked up, and I'd never actually looked with my eyes to see the bloody thing. So it was standing there, watching this idiot human walk back and forward past it 500 million times with a tracking box to its ear, while it's just sitting there going, what's this human doing? And I felt incredibly embarrassed. Oh, I'd been outwitted by a bloody bird, and I was outwitted in a way that it didn't have to do anything, and I was 100% the idiot. Oh, I didn't actually tell anyone on the island that story. I told them after we left, and they all had a good laugh over it. But yeah, that was just one of my times working with Kakapo. Now, I've actually got quite a bunch of these little short stories, but I might compact them together into, just a few little snacky things. So just do a grab bag of the various stories I had working on Anchor Island with the Kakapo. But yeah, that was just my story for today, lads. I hope you found it amusing that I was that much of a dumbass as to not actually look up. I think that's the old not seeing the forest through the trees sort of thing. But oh well, lads. Thank you very much for listening if you did. And I'll catch you all again another time.